Hello YouTube, this is Andre from the Swell Dudes Fish Tanks, and as you can see here, I am redoing my Firebelly Toad tank, the 40 breeder. So what I did is I kept the background on the sides and on the back. What I did is I added this water feature. So before it was all just it was all terrestrial. It was just a false bottom. It was a layer of gravel at the bottom, then a mesh, and then the dirt on top of that, and a bunch of plants and a small water bowl. But the Firebelly toads, they prefer to have like some more water for swimming, so I just made this big water section. So that's going to be where the substrate goes. This is going to be the water section. So you can see I've already started adding plants. I haven't finalized the hardscape yet, but you can see I have a mixture of various stones. And look at this. I just pulled this water wisteria out from my crazy overgrown 10-gallon with water wisteria. Look how crazy this is. That entire tank is just a mass of roots. I pulled this thing out. It doesn't look any different. There's probably at least 30 or 40 of these sections like that I can pull out of there. Just a dense 10-gallon tank of water wisteria. But I'm not going to need more than this because it's going to spread in here quickly enough. But look how many roots there are. I've never seen water wisteria grow like a rhizome plant before, but this is how it grew. It didn't grow horizontally like this. I mean vertically. It grew horizontally like this, and it sent its roots down, and its stem acts as a rhizome. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, and then you can see I took out a bunch of Riccia from the guppy tank. There's some other mosses growing out of it, and some pennywort. Really cool. I'm gonna have a whole marsh area here. This is the deeper area. There's a bunch of rocks I piled there, and it will get a bit deeper on the sides and in the back. And I will also have a reptile filter, probably. I'm not sure, but I think I'll have a reptile filter in the back there, and a small waterfall. So yeah, the toads, they wanted a water section, and I gave them a large aquatic update. Really cool. Did it the same way as the background, expanding foam, silicone, cocoa fiber, press it into there, it sticks, vacuum off the excess. Water, I tested it, filled it up to the brim, to the brim of this thing. It didn't leak, so I proceeded to put in the rocks here. And I'm trying something new. What I usually use is a kind of window screen mesh. It's the same stuff as this right here. If you can see that focus. Yeah. So usually I use window screen mesh, but that still has like a square millimeter holes through which a significant amount of dirt can fall through. So I think what I'm going to do is I've just spread a bunch of these sponges I got, or I don't know, scrubbing pads I got at the dollar store for like $2, and I'm gonna put mesh on top of that, and that should work pretty well. Another thing, there's a bunch of rocks there, and just so that I'm able to pile them as high as I want, which isn't going to be very high, I put some of those same pads, the same scrubbing things here, 3 lines of 3 going to the back of the tank, 1, 2, and 3, and on top of that I put a thing of egg crate. So there's a thing of egg crate or a light diffuser all along there. Got the scrubbing sponges at dollar store and this light diffuser at Home Depot. Yeah, and you can see I mixed in a bunch of different types of rocks. So I mixed in some of this slate rock. So a bunch of flat rocks. I mixed in a couple of big rocks and I softened them out with a bunch of smaller ones. And then I got some of these smooth rocks from the beach, and also a bunch of these really cool textured rocks with a bunch of color, which my younger brothers brought from somewhere in upstate New York. You can see there's another one over there. I have a whole box of these rocks right here. So really cool looking. They have a lot of really cool colors and textures. Really like these rocks. So yeah, I'm debating when I'm gonna put my firebelly toads in here. I want to give this a chance to grow in. Look at that, look. So I took this Riccia out of the guppy tank, and apparently I caught a guppy, a baby guppy with it. There's a baby guppy. So hopefully there's more, and they'll reproduce. You know, I'm not gonna gamble. I'm just gonna take a bunch from there, put them in here. They'll reproduce, and I don't know, maybe the toads will eat them. And if they won't, I'll just have some more animals in here pooping, and so that the plants can grow. Yeah, this is gonna be a really cool setup, but I do want to give it a bunch of time to grow in before I put the firebelly toads in. So I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 months. They don't really like it in the tank I'm keeping them in right now. It's really minimalistic. Here, I'll show you. I just stole the light from it, but I just have a bunch of wandering Jew, some wet paper towels on the bottom, a few rocks, the bromeliads, their water bowl with some water that I haven't changed in the last couple of weeks. Gonna do that right now. Pothos, some moss. They'll be fine, you know, some cork bark. They'll be fine, but they don't really like it in there. And a bunch of crickets. Yeah. Here's the tank I grabbed the Riccia from. I didn't really put a dent in here. Still a lot. Same thing in here. Like I don't notice the difference. It's still just as dense with water wisteria. So yeah, I'll put a link to my previous videos or